The idea of Judeo-Christian values, when one group thinks that, and not just one group, it's not just the Christians that think that Jesus was a great man. Well, they think he's God or whatever, but the Muslims, they think that Jesus was a great prophet. So these two religions are actually like pretty similar. One thinks he's God, one thinks he's a great prophet, but either way, it's, the majority of the world thinks that Jesus was a great man. It's only the Jews that don't. They're literally like the only ones that think he was a piece of shit.
Well, they killed him, right? Them and the Romans, right?
Well, they definitely killed him for sure. Well, they ordered it. I mean, it's kind of like, if the president orders an assassination, the president killed you, not the person that like shows up at your door, right? Like, it's not the guy that was like wielding the axe, the guy that told the guy wielding the axe to kill you. So, the Jews definitely killed Jesus. It's unequivocal. And the weird thing is that was just like undisputed, agreed upon knowledge until recently. And I remember it was like, I don't know how many years ago, but not that long ago, I just like Googled, did the Jews kill Jesus? And it was like 14 articles saying no. And it's like, what? Like the Bible says it, like, wait, what are you guys talking about? And it's crazy. And then, you look, it's like Google is Jewish owned. AI is Jewish owned. It's like all these things like OpenAI, like all this stuff. And so you just get really like biased information, but even with that biased information, you can still find the truth.
Yeah, right. You can.
And the truth is that, they think Jesus is a piece of shit. And
now, Jesus, he was Jew, right? He was a Jew, right?
Well, so he, that's kind of disputed. I think he was more of a Palestinian than a Jew. I mean,
well, that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
Well, they're all Semites. Yeah. Palestinians, the Jews that were there in that era, they're Semitic. Well, it explains why they hate him so much, Keith. He's Palestinian.
Exactly.
Hey, do you have a So these are the kids acting like this.
So these are the kids. So obviously they're being taught this from a young age. This is not something they just like woke up and like, oh, we hate Christians. They're taught to hate Christians.
Right.
And the elders.
What, by the children?
What the? That is nuts.
It's tradition, though, guys.
It's tradition, huh? Well, that's why they despise her, because she's a Christian.
They're hitting her, kicking her. I mean, I'm telling you, I've seen them slap Christians in the face. Like, I mean, it's crazy.
Let us leave. Let us leave. Don't incite people.
He said, "Don't incite people."
Huh.
Just standing
I
there.
never saw this one.
What is this?
Oh, they took somebody's cross and they're like stepping on it.
Look.
Judeo-Christian values.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What is Judeo-Christian values? I'm like, they hate Christians.
Yeah.
Hey, it's bugging me. I didn't know that. Y'all brought up the fact that Trump. Oh, he tucked him in. Put the trap. Can I see that?
Oh, this
I couldn't believe when I saw
You
that.
haven't seen this yet?
I have not seen this.
Get ready to be angry. This one's gonna piss you off more than the spitting. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Anything else I can do for you?
That is crazy. What are people saying in the? Oh, it's not that many comments.
Well, it's just one clip, but the clip like went everywhere.
Yeah, it's absurd. I called this though.
Yeah.
I said this before the election. I was like, everybody thinks that, Trump is going to be this great savior. And, he's obviously going to be much better than Kamala for sure. But people will just blindly follow him. That's the scary part about Trump, is that people will blindly follow him a lot further than Kamala. Yeah. So, if Kamala wanted to just basically take over Gaza and do all this stuff, people would be like, fuck that. Who's behind this? They start asking a lot more questions. They're going to blindly follow him a lot further. So I don't know.
You think he's going to be successful in taking over Gaza Strip?
I have no idea. I mean, I just think that's such a disaster. But
even if he did turn into a river area, that's like a prime spot to commit a terrorist attack.
You know, I just don't think that's any of our business. It's like, I mean, it's Palestinian land. You know, it's like we're in NATO, so we should be following like NATO. You can't just steal land. Like that's not a thing.
Right. Yeah.
And that was like one of the reasons why we established NATO is to like stop people, you know, it's like otherwise the bigger countries can just go and take over all the smaller countries and then it's going to be, you know.
That's exactly what we're doing in Palestine.
Well, that's kind of the point, right? It's this whole greater Israel project. Because, I mean, if you look at what's happening on the West Bank is completely separate from Gaza. And the West Bank is unequivocally Palestinian land. And they're just like building settlements. They're burning villages. They're burning people's houses. They're bulldozing houses. They're burning their trees down. They're killing them and just murdering them.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of really fucked up things happening on the West Bank. And there's no Hamas up there. It's not, you know, the West Bank is completely separate. And they have no fucking business being there. And they're just developing it. And it's illegal. Like it's just unequivocally illegal. So
war crimes, right?
Yeah, that is a war crime.
And we are part of it. We funding it. Is it true?
What makes us war criminals? Not only are we funding it, but we're defending it as well. I mean, how many of our congressmen and senators came out and like basically condemned the International Criminal Court?
Yeah, because they made Bibi Netanyahu a war criminal, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, they charged him with war crimes. Yeah, I mean, well, most countries other than the U.S. are, you know, really against it. I mean, what he's doing is super fucked up. It's not like a maybe. I mean, you can't blow up fucking embassies. Like, he's literally doing the definition of terrorist attacks. He's bombing refugee camps. He's bombing hospitals. He's murdered foreign leaders in embassies. He's blown up embassies. He's targeted soup kitchen workers. They've killed a bunch of journalists. You know, they've killed tons of children. Like, and they're just, you know, they're stopping humanitarian aid coming in. They've cut off water. They've cut off electricity. I mean, the list of war crimes this guy's committed is like a mile long.
Why doesn't Fox News cover it? You mean Fox Jews channel?
Yeah, I mean, Rupert Murdoch, he's a super Zionist, you know, and there's people that say he's a crypto Jew. I don't know. I mean, that like the crypto Jew thing is real. Like throughout history, there's been, you know, many Jews that have concealed, you know, their affiliation with, you know, Judaism. So
Change their names.
yeah,
it's a lot of that.
Well, I mean, fucking who's that dipshit in South Florida? Mark Cuban.
Yeah, Mark he changed his name.
Yeah, Mark Chabinsky or whatever is. Yeah, like that. No, that's his real name. Yeah.
Bibi, he changed his name too, right?
Yeah, Milanowski. Yeah, because you don't want to sound like a Polak, right? So you know, you have all these. I mean, a lot of them, not just him, but many of the Israeli leaders have changed their names. And they've done that through history. They do it, you know, and they always point to the Holocaust. Oh, it's because of the Holocaust and because of persecution and persecution. And it's like, okay, you guys have been persecuted for thousands of years, you know, for just because people don't like Jews. But yet they keep letting you back in. You keep fucking up. And it's not like throughout history they don't have like tons of paintings of like Jews sacrificing children and they haven't found tons of children. I mean, there's just, it's just mountains of evidence. I mean, if it was 10 times, if it was 20 times, 100 times, whatever, but 1,030,
right?
Like, they got the whole thing. Like, if you've been kicked out of 103 bars, you know.
Oh, everybody. Oh, yeah. Everybody got up and walked out. United Nations.
Ladies and gentlemen, order.
Good.
I mean, all this information is so easy to access. Why? When the hell do you think Republicans are going to wake up? You know what's crazy too? When I look at Fox News, they see the Palestinian protests here in America. They just show one side them burning our flag.
Well, they mock them, yeah,
and they show them just burning our flag.
Exactly, and they try and tell the story behind it. Yeah, they try and paint them as anti-American. So you have, you know, the good old rednecks coming in like, you know, fuck them and, you know, a bunch of terrorists and, you know, they're burning the flag and they try and make it about, you know, a patriotic thing, which is absolute bullshit because true patriots put America first. They don't put fucking Israel first. And everything that we do to help them is putting Israel before America because all this stuff. Look, we have given them, if you combine it, and you actually have to add the compounding interest because every dollar that we've given them, we borrowed to give them. We've been in debt for like 100 fucking years. Right. So since Israel's conception, every dollar that we've given them in aid, we borrowed to give them. from the Jewish private bank, the Fed, Federal Reserve, which is not a government bank. A lot of people don't know that. But we have borrowed all that money. So you have to do the compounding interest. And if you do the compounding interest, we've given them $9.6 trillion in foreign aid. If you add them, and obviously we've been...
Who's benefiting off that interest?
Well, I mean, you know, the Fed, but at the end of the day, it's just coming out of the American taxpayers' money because the Fed just prints more money or the government borrows more money and they have to pay interest on that. And eventually, you know, the rooster's going to come home to roost and you got to pay off your fucking debt.
Right.
And so this whole idea that we could get, you know, whatever, $36 trillion in debt is just fucking crazy. And you look at like the stuff that JFK wanted to do, like, you know, he wanted to keep the dollar, you know, on the gold standard, which meant that you could only print so many dollars because it had to be backed up by gold, which would give it, you know, intrinsic value. And, you know, his opposition to the, you know, Israeli nuclear program, him wanting to, you know, register what is now AIPAC as a foreign, you know, entity. And you look at all the stuff that he wanted to do, and then it should come as no surprise that the guy was fucking killed. And it all points in one direction, right? So I just, man, you can't just stop seeing all these constant red flags and everything points in the same direction.
Right. A lot of people, when they speak of Jimmy Carter, Democrat president, they pretty much trash him, say he's like one of the worst presidents, if not the worst president ever. This is what he had to say about what's going on in Palestine decades ago. You ready, faggot?
Palestinians can't even ride on the same roads that the Israelis have created or built in Palestinian territory. The Israelis never see a Palestinian except the Israeli soldiers. The Palestinians never see an Israeli except at a distance, except the Israeli soldiers. So within Palestinian territory, they're absolutely and totally separated, much worse than they were in South Africa, by the way. And the other thing is, the other definition of apartheid is one side dominates the other, and the Israelis completely dominate the life of the Palestinian people.
Why don't Americans know what you have seen?
Americans don't want to know.
You know who called that out recently is Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. That's how I found that video. I said, "What? Jimmy Carter? I thought he's an asshole." I saw Dave Chappelle
Nixon
talking
too.
about it.
You know, Nixon named the Jew, and you saw what they did to him. I mean, you know, Gaddafi. I mean, he called out. He said that that Mossad killed JFK. When he got them off the the Western banking system. I mean, he was actually doing a lot for his people. And, you know, we had to overthrow him for the benefit of Libya. And then now you look, you can buy a fucking slave in Libya today for like $400.
Wow.
Right. So like you look at how it was under Gaddafi and, you know, then they just keep telling you this shit like, oh, you know, we have to topple the Saddam regime and we have to do this and we have to do that. All of them are countries that oppose Israel. And after we, you know, topple their regime or invade their country, those countries are always infinitely worse off.
Right.
Every time.
And they keep saying we're supposed to be pro-democracy. They turn over them. I mean, they destroy democracy.
I mean, if they really gave a shit about democracy, we wouldn't be fucking backing Ukraine. I mean, that guy was not fucking elected.
Right.
He's a dictator. That? He's a fucking dictator. He's killed his opposition. I mean, he was not elected by his, you know, I mean, he is the definition of a dictator.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, a lot of people on the left say they are the modern day George Washington.
I don't know too much about George Washington, but I know that guy is one of the most corrupt politicians out there right now, and he happens to be Jewish. Shocking.
That's an amazing coincidence.
It really is. You know, the two places we're given the most aid, Israel and both run by Jews. Shocking coincidence. They're they're like 1/5% of the world population, and somehow they're running Mexico, which is like a 98% Christian country.
I was like, how did they elect a Jewish politician?
Well, I'll tell you, it was the bloodiest election in Mexico's history.
Right. They killed off the opposition, too.
A lot of the opposition. Like, it was like 70 people or something got killed.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Joe Rogan talked about that. It was the bloodiest election they've ever had.
They had the cartels do it?
Well, yeah. I mean, somebody, you know. Somebody did it, but I mean, it's just, you look at this and I mean, I feel like they're just a lot more brazen than they were before.
Yeah.
It's like we have so much power, we don't even give a shit about perception anymore. That's where I feel like we're at today.
That's why I feel.
Candidates assassinated.
What?
Mexico elects first female president, and she's Israeli as well.
Yeah, that was just the candidates. There were. Imagine. I mean, when do you even have 37 candidates for anything?
Right.
Like, what do we have for president? Like 7 candidates? Like, they had 30
We're talking about
fucking
Mexico
seven.
here.
So that means they had to have a candidate. That motherfucker gets smoked. Next guy comes up. That guy gets smoked. Next guy comes up. That
You
guy
gotta
gets
be
smoked.
a damn idiot and say, "Hey man, 20 people's been killed."
And I
you
would cover it up. Like,
you'd have put your name in the hat. Yeah, I think I can win this.
but like, think about that. What positions ever had 37 fucking candidates? And they all died? Like,
How did they die?
It's just
they're
a
all
coincidence.
killed.
What, 2 to the head, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Like by suicide. Yeah, 3 bullets in the head.
He committed suicide. He's got 3 bullets.
Shot us out, 3 died. Yeah, must have been real tough.
Man,
That is crazy,
I
man.
just hate the idea of because we looked at that drone footage of our military going over there, cleaning that up, having to remove all the dangerous debris and missiles bombs that's laying around, and then our tax dollars going to go to rebuild that area.
After we gave them the money to destroy it, that's powerful.
Yeah, we have given them so much money. I mean, if you look at how much it would take to like solve, like Google what it would take to solve the homelessness problem in the U.S.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you look at like $8 trillion was spent on the war on terror. That's by the Brown University study. If you look at the Newsweek, they estimated $21 trillion. But
21 trillion on the war on terror.
I think that's a little high, but that's what Newsweek. I'm saying Brown is like the most conservative estimate, and they said $8 trillion. But if you take that $8 trillion, you add that to the 9.6 trillion, you're at like 17 point whatever trillion dollars just because of our help for Israel. So if you just redistributed that to the U.S. Population, we would like every household would have an extra $200,000 in cash.
It says only 20 billion.
Yeah, 20 billion. Yeah. So like, I mean, that's like a fifth of the last like payment we sent to Israel, It's like, and that would solve all the homelessness in the US. Like, why the fuck is that? Like, why do we have anybody homeless in the US when we're sending out hundreds of billions and it would take 20 billion to solve it?
Right. We got
But just think about that. Like,
Yeah.
that's fucking crazy.
And they have their own healthcare in Israel. It's free, right?
Everywhere in America should have their own healthcare when you pay fucking 30 to 50% in taxes. Like, that's craziness.
Right.
Like, craziness.
Looks like it's all the Jews' fault.
Well, I mean, if you look at the people that, made money in America before, it's the people that built the infrastructure, the railroads, whatever, the Henry Fords, the Vanderbilts. And now it's like these hedge fund guys that are adding zero value that are just getting like a heads up from the Fed before they, reduce or increase the interest rate. And they're, using leverage and they're just making money without providing any value. So they're just basically sucking money out of the system. Then we're funneling all this money out to foreign countries, which obviously there's going to be kickbacks.
Right.
And it's just unequivocal. It's not America first.
Right. Have you seen
Here's our new giveaway. Get out of the way. Woo! That's beautiful, right? Dodge Challenger. Hellcat. Look at the tires. It's a V50 in this. It's supercharged. Wide body, it means it grabs the road. You can't flip this. Look how sexy this car is. You can look like Stephen Hawking and still pick up a chick in this car. Go to officialhodgetwins.com. Anything you buy on the site gets you automatic. Enter the win.
No purchase necessary. All word prohibited. See official rules for details. Yeah.